Hello there. And welcome to Holonet News. I'm Chris, and we are this is just something new. Basically, it's all gonna be about Star Wars, just different things that's going on and everything like that. Looks like we got William the Unknown shout out is in the chat. But we're gonna go over some stuff. We got a lot of stuff to go over. This being a new stream, it's probably only gonna be every other week. It's not going to be a weekly thing because I think sometimes there's not enough for Star Wars to be put out, but we'll keep you up to date with what we're looking at. So I don't know why we're talking. Hey, Jonathan, Mace, thanks for coming in. Yeah, like I said, this is just going to be a bi-weekly, every other week thing on Thursday nights. Hey, Kevin. And we're just going to go through and actually start looking at some stuff. So the first thing we got, I think it comes from, trying to see where, just give me a second, the Orange County Register in Disneyland. And basically what it is they have introduced new characters. Oh my gosh, it started raining here in Coruscant. But they started introducing new characters there, I guess, in Disneyland at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And I don't know if they're going to start doing this over in Orlando, but they started introducing like Boba Fett and Fennec Shan, and they have Din Djarin, the Mandalorian, and Grogu. So these characters are now there. I think what it is for a lot of people think that it was basically built up for the sequel trilogy. Well, that's not true, but 2's been around for a long time. So they can introduce characters from different parts. But the answer is how do you keep them from bumping into each other? Like, how do you keep Boba Fett from bumping into Kylo Ren, which they're from different time periods? Well, I think Disney's worked with this before, and what it is there's only certain areas of Galaxy's Edge you're going to see these characters, so they will never overlap. So you'll never have like Boba Fett bumping into Kylo Ren or Din Djarin the Mandalorian bumping in. Of course, the Boba Fett Mandalorian thing, that was there. It was in canon, but I could see Chewie actually coming into those areas because he's all the way through everything. But I think it's pretty neat. I hope we start to see stuff in Orlando as well with some new characters, because I would really love to see some other Star Wars characters walking around. But when they first started up, they had Kylo Ren, they had the First Order stormtroopers, they had Vi, who was the spy, and of course Rey walking around. So now we're gonna have Boba Fett, or over there in Disneyland, they have Boba Fett, Fennec Shan. They have Din Djarin, the Mandalorian, and Grogu. So I think that's neat. I love they're adding stuff like that to it, and I would love to see some more coming up. But I'm sure a lot of this stuff is coming from they're adding in because of the Disney Plus series they got. But I would love also to see. I think right now in Walt Disney World, the only place you can see Darth Vader is over at the launch bay, Star Wars launch bay. But if we're going to do these period pieces where they separate them, I don't know why they couldn't introduce Darth Vader and regular stormtroopers into Batuu. I think that would be awesome. So let's go ahead and move on. See, what do we got next? So we got a little bit of merchandise, which merchandise there, of course. And Galaxy's Edge is amazing. This is from WDW News Today. And it says new Oga Cantina Tiki-style travel tumbler at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland. See, they're going to end up bringing it. So let me pop that up for you real quick. All right, so there it is. So yeah, it's a Tiki-style Star Wars tumbler. It's for $29.99. I think it looks amazing. I was going to see if there was anything else. More pictures. They've got the Galaxy's Edge emblem on the back, or the Black Spire Outpost. I like tiki stuff, so I think this looks amazing. I would love to have something like this, but yeah, it's just, I mean, it's something you could take with you. I don't know what it's made of. Hopefully it's not made of glass, but it doesn't look like it. It looks like just a regular insulated cup to keep cold or warm things in, but yeah, it's just a tumbler is what it is. But I think it looks amazing. I love it. I would probably get one if I had a chance. So let's go ahead, move on. So this one, I don't understand. I didn't get a chance to really read through it, so I'm going to have to somewhat read through it while I'm talking to you right now. But this comes from Inside the Magic, and their title is Guests Are Terrified Disney is Planning a Galaxy's Edge Expansion, which I think that would make it better. I truly would. And the reason why is because right now you only have 2 rides there. And of course, they're going to be long lines because if you want to stay in Galaxy's Edge and experience and ride, those are the only 2 rides you have there. I would love to see them bring in a new ride. But it says, when Star Wars Galaxy's Edge opened at both Walt Disney World Resort, Disney's Hollywood Studio Park, and Disneyland Resort, Disneyland Park in 2019, it changed the landscape of Disney parks, literally. So let's see. It says Galaxy's Edge is like nothing else Walt Disney Imagineers have ever attempted. The 13-acre expansion transports guests to a galaxy far, far away, putting them right in the middle of Star Wars universe on the planet Batuu. As one might have guessed, Galaxy's Edge is incredibly immersive. That's true. Right down to the food guests can order at locations like Docking Bay 7 and Oga's Cantina. Coffee, for example, is called Black Calf, just like it is in the iconic Star Wars movies. And Batuuan visitors can order cocktails like the Fuzzy Tauntaun and the Jedi Mind Trick. Now, I'm telling you, if you ever go to Oga's Cantina, get the Fuzzy Tauntaun. It's weird. So, but it's really something that I think everybody should experience, especially unless I don't know if you can get the stuff if it's non-alcoholic. I don't know if they make a non-alcoholic Fuzzy Tauntaun. But it says during the sequel trilogy years between Star Wars Episode 7, 8, and 9, The Rise of Skywalker, Galaxy's Edge is populated by a whole host of characters from Kylo Ren and Vi Moradi, Princess Leia's spy, to Rey, to Chewbacca himself. There are even more characters like Sizzle Slack. I don't know who that is. It says Oga's rival bar owner. I've never seen them. Who haven't made their debuts at, that's why, Galaxy's Edge yet. But some Disney park fans are convinced their time is coming. So a recent online discussion proves that many park goers believe the Muppets area at Disney's Hollywood Studios will soon disappear to make way for even more Star Wars. I don't know about that in Disneyland, but I could see that, but I would hate to lose that. I still like the Muppets 3D. I love it. I mean, I know it's probably outdated and they can probably do more to it, but I love it. And I think they should have more Muppets over there or down at Walt Disney World, because the Muppets are amazing and they're great everywhere you put them. So I think they'll end up moving the show when they inevitably want to expand Galaxy's Edge. Star Tours and Muppets and Galaxy's Edge in a row doesn't make much sense. That's true. But the position of it sandwiched between the original Star Wars ride and the new Star Wars land theming aside worries me as a long-time Muppet fan. All right, so I get what they're saying. So because I always thought it would be awesome, because when you go on Star Tours, I don't know if they're doing it, but on certain ones, because of course it's different every time you ride it, there are ones where you actually land in Batuu. And I always thought it would be awesome if they had an entrance in and the exit actually led out into Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, like you actually took a shuttle to Batuu. And I always thought that would be an amazing idea. So I think Disneyland would probably be a little harder, because I think, isn't there Star Tours I think it's in Tomorrowland. And that's like almost across the park from their Galaxy's Edge. But at Hollywood Studios, it's not that far away. And yeah, I mean, If you didn't have some way to get it to where you didn't see the Muppets, then they would probably end up getting rid of the Muppets. But I don't want to see the Muppets go. I was upset when they shut them down there in Liberty Square, where they told U.S. history up there, the show they had. I thought that was amazing, but I would love to see that kind of stuff for the Muppets come back again. What would be even better is a Star Wars Muppets. Would be awesome. I don't know why they're not doing something like that, because they did have a show back in the 70s where Mark Hamill came on and they did all kinds of Star Wars reference during the Muppet Show. So, all right, let's go ahead and move on. What do we got next? So this says, this is coming from Inside the Magic as well. Kylo Ren backs guest against the wall at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Wow. It says, I've never been so nervous in my life. Disney content creator Jordan Lee Greenwell wrote, I couldn't even speak a clear sentence. It says, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is known for its immersive guest experience, whether it's the towering architecture, the scattered relics, the otherworldly attractions, the themed dining, or the ethereal ambiance. Those who visit Star Wars land often share that they have truly entered the Star Wars far, far away. But driving home the experience, of course, all this kind of stuff. Now, I've seen Kylo Ren while I was there. I never interacted with Kylo Ren, and of course, the First Order Stormtroopers. I think the only time one of these I was very intimidated by was Darth Vader at Star Wars Launch Bay. So I don't know. Kylo Ren just isn't the kind that would intimidate me, but I guess, certain guests I could see that he actually was like interrogating this person and had them up against the wall. I thought, that's pretty cool when you're so scared of a fictional character, because it just brings more immersiveness to the land and everything like that. But the thing is they shouldn't be going around scaring people, but you want to bring it to like it's actually something that's going on in the land. All right, let's go ahead and move on. All right, so we have somebody who is ranking the Star Wars movies. We'll see how I've ranked the Star Wars movies myself, and it's always interesting just to see how somebody else does it. And this is coming from Wired. So it says the first and last time we ranked the Star Wars movies. And I got a thing that popped up. Just give me a second. And we're not going to read everything. I just want to see what the ranking is. And I didn't see it. Where's the ranking? Just give me 1 second. I'm looking for it. Oh, here. Wow. It's just right in the top. It said, let's see, a ranking of Star Wars movies, meaning it's a list, but it's a list that hates the idea of lists. So it won't take the form of one. It also won't make you scroll down for the complete ranking. Here it is from best to worst. So from best to worst, they got Revenge of the Sith as the best. So what? I liked Revenge of the Sith, don't get me wrong, but I don't think I would ever rank that as number one. The next one to have is A New Hope, which I can understand The New Hope being up there. They have Attack of the Clones for 3. Are you serious? And then they have Empire. Empire should be number one no matter what. They have The Last Jedi. I don't know who put this out. Phantom Menace is next. Return of the Jedi's after Phantom Menace. The Force Awakens is after that. And then Rise of Skywalker. I don't know who's making this ranking, but they're not a Star Wars fan from what I can see, because Empire is always going to be at number one. But to have Return of the Jedi behind The Last Jedi, this is ridiculous ranking right here. So, Empire, New Hope, I could see Revenge of the Sith, I'm trying to think what's next. So Empire, New Hope, Revenge of the Sith, Return of the Jedi would be after that. When it comes to the prequels, it's kind of tough because I have certain memories for certain prequels, but I would have to go with, well, of course, we put Revenge of the Sith in there before Return of the Jedi. I'm going to have to go with The Force Awakens. I thought The Force Awakens was the best. Hey, thanks for joining me. But I really think The Force Awakens was probably the best out of the sequel trilogy. After that, it just looked like they threw everything together. So I'm going to have to put The Phantom Menace before the other, like The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. So I definitely put Rise of Skywalker before The Last Jedi. Last Jedi to me is I didn't like it. I don't think it's a good movie. So I guess they showed their ranking. I don't know where they got their ranking from because, I mean, you know, they ranked Revenge of the Sith as number 1, A New Hope, Attack of the Clones, before Empire. Wow. Then The Last Jedi, and they put that before Return of the Jedi. I don't know who is ranking this. I don't think that. Obviously, I have no idea. Hey, Mandy, thanks for coming in. And The Journey Waits, thank you all for coming in. But yeah, that's one thing. You know, I watch see somebody else's ranking, and of course, it's just opinion. But yeah, I've never heard a true Star Wars fan not put Empire at the top. So next up, we got this is from we got this covered. Star Wars fans debate whether Jedis contradict themselves. So this is kind of weird. It says the Star Wars universe. All right. On Reddit, the anarchist Monarch posed the following question: what force powers regularly used by Jedi most contradict Jedi values? So users Gurkanus posted that Jedis using violence might not be a good way of balancing the Force. I'd say chopping someone in half with a saber might be a little out of balance, or maybe just killing in general. So you know, so what they're saying is what leads to the dark side. Truthfully, the balance of the Force, from what I've been starting to understand, isn't being completely to the light. It's balancing both. I mean, you had Mace Windu, who used Vapod. That was his lightsaber technique. And Vapod was like the only one who used it because it took using the Sith Lord that you're fighting, using the dark side of the Force back against the Sith Lord. And I think, if I'm right, it was only Mace Windu who was allowed to do this. But like I said, I think there's like a balance is what it is. And they're not talking about a balance of, you know, going all the way to the light. I don't think that's a balance of the Force. Truthfully, I think somebody who walks down the middle is more balanced than somebody who leans all the way to the light or all the way to the dark. So, because I mean, certain justification or, you know, certain situations call for certain stuff. I mean, we've actually seen Luke use a Force Crush, which isn't really a Jedi technique. It's more of a Sith technique. But he wasn't using it on humans. He was using it on robots, like we seen in, was it season 2 of The Mandalorian at the end? So, but which is funny because you see him do that where you actually Vader with him choking people, that, you know, Luke was able to actually learn that force ability. All right, next up, this is from Screen Rants. It says Disney Star Wars quietly gave Luke Skywalker his greatest legacy. Okay. It says Star Wars managed to give Luke Skywalker his perfect Jedi legacy in Star Wars The Last Jedi, despite the reaction to the sequel trilogy. Disney's tenure of Star Wars on film began in 2015 with Star Wars The Force Awakens, in which Luke's disappearance was the catalyst of the plot. At the film end, Skywalker was found by Daisy Ridley Rey, setting up a much more significant role for the hero of the original trilogy in Star Wars, The Last Jedi. This was certainly the case, as The Last Jedi centered around Luke's training of Rey. However, Rian Johnson's writing for The Last Jedi subverted expectations, with Luke training of Rey centering on why the Jedi needs to end due to their history of failure. This naturally caused division amongst the Star Wars fandom, with many not believing that Luke Skywalker would turn his back on the Jedi Order, although this was intentionally from Johnson, as Luke's arc in the film revolved around Rey changing his mind and Luke coming to terms with his past to see the Jedi's future as one of the full hopes. So it says in this idea. So the thing is Rey coming, Luke should never have ever, there was never a chance that Luke was the most powerful Jedi that ever lived in the Star Wars, in the Star Wars universe. And, I didn't like how they portrayed him. I know Mark Hamill didn't like how they were portraying him. Mark Hamill said that when he was playing this Luke, he was pretending like he was playing somebody else, because he just didn't like the way the character went. The other thing was it was just like Rian Johnson just took whatever they had from The Force Awakens and just kind of threw it out and rewrote something without even paying attention. So that's the reason why I don't like The Last Jedi. It just does not seem to fit, does not follow a lot of stuff that was from Force Awakens. But I feel like that, the sequel trilogies with Luke, they lost all that to show how powerful Luke really was. And I feel like they could have went farther to really show what kind of potential Luke reached, but they lost all that. I mean, him sending a projection of himself across the universe. I mean, there had to be more that he had. And I wish we would have got to see something like that. I think that would have been amazing. All right, let's go on. All right. Oh, they have every lightsaber fight. Okay, so this one's a ranking as well. We'll see how. So they're ranking every lightsaber fight in the prequels. Oh, in the prequels. Okay, so this is going to be different. So I don't know. Are they going from worst to best? Although dueling originally trilogy, it was the sequel trilogy that really put them center stage, showing the Jedi at their height. Across episode 1 to 3, the duel became more important with fights such as Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon versus Maul and Mace Windu versus Palpatine, telling important parts of the story. So, all right. So I don't know if they're going from number one. The first clash of lightsabers in the prequels and the Phantom Menace, Qui-Gon Jinn and Anakin hurry back to the ship. Yes, this is the first time Qui-Gon Jinn fights against Maul on Tatooine. And this is when they finally realized that the Sith have finally showed themselves. The next one they have is Anakin and Obi-Wan versus Dooku. So this would have been from Revenge of the Sith. And I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if they're going best or worst. I hope that first one wasn't the best. So I think they're going from. But really, this one, Anakin and Obi-Wan versus Dooku, I think it needs to sit a little bit higher. Yoda and Palpatine. Now, there was some parts of that I thought was pretty good, but I don't know. I think that one probably could be lower on down the list. Anakin and Obi-Wan versus Dooku in Attack of the Clones. It was a good lightsaber duel, but still, I would not. I think there's better ones in the prequels. Qui-Gon versus Grievous. This was an amazing one. I love this. If this wouldn't have happened, I think this is what really made Obi-Wan people really liking the character. I'm not saying people didn't like the character, but actually seeing him, because the way he was a little cocky when he was fighting against Grievous, but I thought that was amazing. And that they sent Obi-Wan to actually take down General Grievous. I thought that I thought it was an amazing lightsaber duel. Yoda versus Dooku. So this would have been also basically after he'd taken out Anakin and Obi-Wan. And I thought it was amazing because the first time we got to see Yoda actually fight with a lightsaber, this was awesome. I think everybody was shocked when they seen it happen. Mace Windu versus Palpatine. Now, in the movie really doesn't really show like the stuff that you would hear in the book, because they were talking about due to the fact, like I said, with Mace Windu using Vapod, that he was actually able to use the Sith Lord's dark side force against them. They said that when Anakin actually walked into the room, why they were dueling, that all he could see was just blurs of light of red and purple going back and forth. That's how fast the two of them were moving. And of course, they couldn't capture that in the movie. All right. Let's see. Obi-Wan versus Anakin. This has to be at the top. This is of course them on Mustafar. This was an amazing scene. I mean, everything that even led up to the scene of the lightsaber duel before Anakin and Obi-Wan was amazing. I love that part. And so I'm trying to see. So yeah, number one, and I agree with this. If this is the way they're going, number one, the Phantom Menace, Obi-Wan Qui-Gon versus Maul. And to me, this was an amazing lightsaber. The music that's playing, the Duel of Fates, everything. That's what made this entire lightsaber duel. And to me, out of the prequels, I'll always put Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon versus Darth Maul as the number one lightsaber duel in any kind of ranking. I think it's awesome. All right, let's go ahead. We'll see you later, Journey Awaits. All right, let's go ahead and see what we got next. So that was that. I don't know what happened to my background. Hold on just a sec. There we go. So, if you don't know, there's a new series that's supposed to come out. I don't know when it is supposed to come out, if it comes out this year or not, but a Star Wars series on Disney Plus called The Acolyte. I think it was basically ran mostly by Kathleen Kennedy. I'm not for sure. I know it was I'm trying to think what her name is. I'm not for sure. I know that there's going to be stuff. It says Plagueis has only been name dropped by Sidious in addition. So The Acolyte may feature the live-action debut of the Star Wars most fabled characters, according to new rumors swirling online. The upcoming Disney Plus series features Darth Plagueis, the Wise and Sith Master who eventually took on Darth Sidious. So I didn't know that they were going to have Darth Plagueis in this. This would be awesome to actually have some kind of live-action stuff that has, Darth Plagueis, because all we've ever heard about him. I know they wrote books about him, but Darth Plagueis would be awesome to see in something. But I know the main character, they've already named her. I can't remember who it is. I don't know if it's in here, but the way it looks like it's not going to be a Jedi. It's probably going to be a Sith apprentice that they're talking being an acolyte, from the way I understood. Oh yeah, it was Leslie Headland who's going to be. I don't know if she's writing it or if she's directing it, but I think she's either doing one of those. But I did see a thing, and I cannot remember what the girl's name, and it's not on here, who they are going to be getting to do it. But I think it would be amazing. I don't know. I mean, this is one of those questionable. I said amazing. I didn't mean it that way. I think this is going to be one of those questionable Disney Plus, because it's going to be like new and everything like that. I'm going to give it a try. I don't know. I did not like the, I can't remember what it was called, Star Wars, but it was where they used the anime. I did not like the anime style for Star Wars. I just couldn't sit and watch through it. But So let's see. Next up, we have comicbook.com brings this to us. All right. Star Wars Andor showrunner likens the series to the Bourne Identity. Wow, that's pretty good. It says Rogue One, a Star Wars story, explored a different tone within the galaxy far, far away with upcoming prequel series Star Wars Andor, tasked with a similar challenge of telling stories that can offer a new spin on a familiar franchise, with showrunner Tony Gilroy recalling how he drew upon his time with the Bourne Identity to develop the series, given that the spy film. So, yeah, I mean, that's what Andor is going to be. It's just going to be this spy film. And I think they're going to start off how he ended up becoming a spy and everything like that. And I'm hoping, I don't know if it'll be in the first season, but I'm hoping when he finally finds K2SO will be in that. But I think this is going to be good. I mean, I already know they're already good for 2 seasons for Andor. And I can't wait to see this myself. I think it's going to be amazing, especially because it's actually being done by the person, by I think the writer that did Rogue One. Which I thought was a great movie. It was like the best one Disney put out. And I mean, they've been putting out some pretty good stuff, but when they first came out, Rogue One was amazing. I loved it. So hopefully Andor will keep up with what Rogue One was like, and I hope it does. And I think it'll be an amazing series, and I can't wait for it to come out. I think it's supposed to be coming out here probably either this month or next month. I know that. Well, what do we got next? So we're moving through this stuff pretty quick. So this comes from us, and it's how to watch all the Star Wars movies in order. Now, they say this, all right, there's always different ways to watch the Star Wars movie. I truly believe you should watch the originals first. I always have. And then after that, but let's see. So I'm trying to see where, so it says 1, Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. I disagree. No. I feel like you should do 4, 5, and 6, and then kind of watch 1, 2, and 3, because it's more of a flashback. So, because I mean, if you watch 1, 2, and 3 first, you're gonna know that Vader is Luke's father, and especially if you don't know anything about Star Wars, it's not a surprise. So I truly suggest watching the originals first and then going to the prequels. So of course they got 1, 2, 3, which they have the Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith. Then of course they go to Solo, a Star Wars story. I can see doing that. That would be awesome. Rogue One. Then they go for A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, The Force Awakens. Yeah. The Last Jedi, and then Rise of Skywalker. And then, of course, they go to the Star Wars TV shows. They're saying the Clone Wars is number 1, Star Wars Rebels number 2, 3, The Mandalorian, 4, the Book of Boba Fett, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Andor. Well, I didn't see the Bad Batch in there. I figure the Bad Batch should be thrown in there somewhere. So I don't know why they wouldn't have the Bad Batch in there for when it came to TV series, and that should come around somewhere after the Clone Wars. So, but they got the Mandalorian after Star Wars Rebels, and even the Bad Batch came before Star Wars Rebels. So I would say the Bad Batch would have to fall in there somewhere. So I did see the one they don't have in here. I don't know, the one that did, one of the first ones Disney Plus put out was Resistance. And I did not like it. I did not like it at all. All right, what do we have coming up? All right, so we watched that. Let's see. This one comes from Looper. Unexpected demands made by Star Wars actors. So it's hard. It says it's hard to imagine the world of entertainment without Star Wars. The franchise has dominated popular culture since its debut in 1977. This blockbuster movies, successful television shows, and a vast array of books, toys, comics, and video games arriving every year, growing out of a film that featured a cast of relatively unknown actors setting out to save the galaxy from the evil Darth Vader and the Empire. Star Wars is now ingrained in the zeitgeist of Western culture. More than 40 years on, the likes of Yoda, Han Solo, and Boba Fett are household names. That's true. While special effects, okay, that also means that these actors who are in demand and are often needed to return for sequels can pretty much name their price when it comes to negotiations. That doesn't just mean getting a big pay bump either. Some of the Star Wars actors are able to make outrageous and strange demands that no one else would get away with. Read on to find out exactly what the cast has requested. Okay, Liam Neeson only wants to return fully for a movie. Okay, but that's not true. He actually showed up. He showed up in Obi-Wan. So while Liam Neeson had a major role in Phantom Menace, the actor only appeared in that one movie before effectively departing the series. But there are certainly plenty of opportunities for the popular star to return to the world of Star Wars. After all, the likes of Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, and Mark Hamill have reprised the roles in the sequel trilogy, while Ewan McGregor, Hayden Christensen, and Tamora Morrison have all turned up in recent television series such as The Mandalorian and Obi-Wan Kenobi. So this must have been done before because Liam Neeson does actually show up for a short period of time at the end. So let's see. The actor recently confirmed that he would be willing to return to Star Wars, although he seems prepared to only come back in certain circumstances. Neeson has voiced that Jedi Master several times outside of the Phantom Menace, according to IMDb, and even made a brief surprise appearance in the final episode of Obi-Wan Kenobi. So there we go. But in quotes recently, reports by IGN, Neeson explained that he would only want to reprise his role as Qui-Gon Jinn if it was in a film, seemingly ruling out a major role in the upcoming Disney Plus series. So Donnie Yen wanted the ability to transform his character. Okay, Donnie Yen is an actor from Hong Kong. So he, I'm trying to think who he played. Chirrut. So basically what it sounds like is Donnie Yen really wanted he wanted to have creative control over his character, which I don't see a problem with that. So unless it goes against what, the story they're going towards. Tamora Morrison wanted Boba Fett to get back to bounty hunting. I understand that. I could see something happening where Boba Fett would get back to bounty hunting. I don't think, because right now, what's funny is, with all that, with Boba Fett ending up, in the Sarlacc pit and being gone for a long time, and then you actually seen Cad Bane showed up, which makes you, because Boba Fett was the number one bounty hunter in the galaxy, and then all of a sudden we see Cad Bane. So did Cad Bane take the place back over after Boba's leave for a little while? Anthony Daniels didn't want to just do C-3PO's voice. So, okay, obviously there's other stuff they could use Anthony Daniels for, but I don't know. Once you hear that voice, you kind of just automatically know it's C-3PO. So I know they've had Anthony. Hey, Juju is fun. Thanks for coming in. I do know they've used him like in the background without the C-3PO on, acting as, just somebody in the background, Anthony Daniels. And I think that's cool. John Boyega needed a cooler costume. So I don't know. To me, I think anything they put you in for Star Wars, a costume always looks really cool. So I don't know what John Boyega is worried about. Oscar Isaacs asked for his character to be from Yavin 4. That would be, why not? So obviously, Poe Dameron could be from Yavin 4. It's not a big deal. And what would be even better is to say that he was born on Yavin 4 and actually from there, all because of A New Hope, saying because of what was created there, started Community, and Oscar Isaac's character, Poe Dameron, was born on Yavin 4. I could see that. Let's see. Billy Lord wanted to be in scenes with Carrie Fisher. Oh, well, I could see that. That's her mother. So I understand she wanted to be in scenes with her mother. So let's see. Domhnall Gleeson wanted to see the original trilogy on the big screen. I don't see why they couldn't do that. I mean, if I'm right, I think they're at Skywalker Ranch. They probably have a full-size theater that you could actually watch it on the big screen. So I could see that being pretty easy. Warwick Davis asked for action figures. That seems pretty easy. So if you don't know who Warwick Davis was, he played Wicket, and he also played in Willow. So I don't know if Warwick Davis, I think he is. I think because they're getting ready to put out a Disney Plus series of Willow, and I think Warwick Davis is gonna have his place again for that. Alec Guinness demanded his pay to be doubled and a share of the profits. That's pretty smart. I mean, right there, because did he know right away that Star Wars was going to be a hit? So, but I know he did not like that role. Before you watched the Menace show, right? I was there watching. Oh wow, that's awesome. But yeah, Alec Guinness, he really didn't like the role. There was actually a part where I was told Alec Guinness, a little kid come up and wanted his autograph and told him how many times he watched Star Wars, and Alec Guinness made the little kid cry by saying, "I'll give you an autograph, but you got to promise you'll never watch Star Wars again." So I'm going to say the kid didn't take it. I would have just took the autograph. You would never know. Mark Hamill asked for an evil clone of Luke. Wow, that's weird. It says, along with the fellow veteran Star Wars actor, Mark Hamill agreed to return for the sequel trilogy, while he may not have agreed with every decision that was made in the story, as he famously pointed out in an interview with the New York Times. The actor has also been pretty supportive of the franchise and didn't have any outrageous demands to return. Yet, that doesn't mean that Hamill didn't have any requests at all. One of those that he did put forward to the filmmakers wasn't actually taking on board or implemented, but might have been an interesting direction for his character. According to an interview with SFX magazine, Hamill wanted an evil twin of Luke to appear in the sequel trilogy. Wow, that would have been interesting to actually see an evil clone or an evil twin of Luke Skywalker. That would have been awesome. Let's see. Anthony Daniels wanted the droid suit to change. So I could see that. I mean, Anthony Daniels had to wear it. It was the 70s. That was the only way. But I could see later on getting to the point where he wouldn't have to wear it. Samuel Jackson wanted a purple lightsaber. Samuel Jackson got a purple lightsaber. Mace Windu is known for having a purple lightsaber. James Earl Jones didn't want any acting credits. So, but it's even without the acting credits, everybody knew it was James Earl Jones' voice. It's not hard to figure that one out. Alec Guinness only wanted to work one day on The Empire Strikes Back. Wow, so that means anything they did on Empire, they filmed all in one day with Alec Guinness. And let's see, that looks like that is it for that. So let's go ahead and let's move on. I mean, that's pretty interesting to find out what these actors wanted for to be in a Star Wars movie. So let's see. So this next piece of news for Star Wars comes from CBR.com. Star Wars just dropped huge hints about its future movie plans. So it says, so far Star Wars have had a pretty good year. The Book of Boba Fett and Obi-Wan Kenobi debuted to huge success, and Andor will likely follow suit. Meanwhile, on the animated side, Tales of the Jedi and the Bad Batch Season 2 are on the docket for late 2022. And Star Wars also released a couple of novels, including Brotherhood and Shadow of the Sith, as well as its usual litany of comic book releases. Unfortunately, with all these bells and whistles, Star Wars has quietly downplayed its lack of movie content. It's been nearly 3 years since The Rise of Skywalker, with no plans on the horizon for the future installment. Rian Johnson's trilogy isn't on Lucasfilm's immediate radar. Patty Jenkins' Rogue Squadron has seemingly gotten canned, and Taika Waititi film is untitled and unscripted. says, all of that has left fans of Star Wars cinema twiddling their thumbs and making do with Disney Plus series. Of course, that's not bad, but Star Wars belongs in theaters. That's the only place where anyone can really feel the full effect of the galaxy far, far away. Thankfully, there is hope because Lego Star Wars Summer Vacation just dropped a hint about the future of Star Wars. The spoof was about Finn, Rey, and other Resistance heroes right after the rise of Skywalker. They all went on a vacation before going their several ways. Oh, wow. That'd be kind of weird. But yeah, what's your favorite character in Star Wars? Wow. Do I have a favorite character in Star Wars? I don't know. I've always liked Han Solo. But I also like Chewbacca really well too. But yeah, so I don't think they're going to show the Star Wars characters. That's probably just part of the Lego. They're not going to show Rey and Finn and all of them going on vacation. All right, so we got a couple more. So this comes from Star Wars reveals when new Disney Plus announcements are coming. So of course we got let's see, 2022 had the Book of Boba Fett, Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's going to have 12-episode season of Andor, which I can't wait for. The animated and anthology Star Wars Tales of the Jedi. That's the first I've heard. I've never even heard that. They're going to have season 2 of the Bad Batch this year. So, but 2022, just a huge year for new shows. Yes. So Star Wars Celebrations, obviously, which I'm kind of upset they've been having in Anaheim. Star Wars Celebrations actually started and was being done in Indianapolis way back before Disney owned it. So let's see. Earlier today, Star Wars Twitter account posted a new promo for Disney Plus Day on September. So September 8th, from way I understand, is going to be the day that they're going to be announcing all these different shows that are going to be coming in it. I'm just hoping, I'm sure the Acolyte's going to be talked about, probably more Mandalorian season 3 and all of those coming up, probably the Bad Batch, because that's coming towards the end, season 2 of the Bad Batch. And so I can't wait until September 8th to actually, and they said they're going to start putting that stuff on Disney Plus for you to see and see what's going on there. So hopefully we get to see a lot. Of course, the Ahsoka series is going to be coming, but I think that would be amazing. So it looks like we got one more story left, and it's about Oscar Isaac's Poe Dameron. And seems like Oscar Isaac's there for a while was saying that he wouldn't star in another Star Wars movie unless he needed the money to buy a new house. But now it seems like he's changed his mind and saying that he would do another movie or a series. And what I would love to see. I mean, I don't understand if we can do with, Cassian Andor getting his own series. I don't see why you couldn't do an origin series for Poe Dameron, which would be awesome to actually see him growing up into, maybe having a short series showing how he grew up and everything, or flashbacks or something like that. And just showing him becoming the best pilot, for the New Republic. I think that would be amazing. And I would love to see that. So, but, seeing characters come back is awesome. And I would love, with Disney Plus, it seems like they're able to do a lot of that stuff. And I'd really love to see Poe Dameron come back. I loved Poe Dameron's character in the sequel trilogies, and I thought he did a great job. And I would love to see Poe Dameron come back. But I think it's going to do it. Like I said, this is only going to be every other week, this live stream. So, because I don't know if I'll be able to pick up enough Star Wars to talk about. If there's something you want to hear me talk about, let me know in the comments, and then I'll pick up from there. But other than that, I think that's going to do it. So if you are watching this, later, or rewatching, or I don't remember what they call it, don't forget to hit the like button, And I hope you enjoyed this Holonet News, where we talk about all things Star Wars. And I hope to catch you guys next time we do a Holonet News, and may the Force be with you. We'll see you later.